Not every situation calls for a giant tube amp to be set up and mic'd up perfectly. I think the thing that's really useful about the Iconoclast to me is that it can kind of fill the gaps when like the ideal tone you want and the reality and practicality of being a working musician kind of come into play. When I'm doing demo work, or if I just need to get something down and still potentially use it in the mix down or in production, it's great to have something that's really high quality but also very easy. You plug in your input and then your output and you're already raring to go, and it sounds really great, and it's really close to getting that expensive amp with those expensive mics into an expensive preamp. With good time, I could set up my tube amp, set up some nice mics, get everything going, but by the time that's all ready to go, the creativity, good chances are already gone, so the Iconoclast can kind of step into that gap. Where the Iconoclast, I think, really shines is when I'm either rehearsing or playing live. Where rehearsing, oftentimes rehearsal spaces, especially in LA, are pretty small, and so I can't bring really any amp that I can get up to a volume where my overdrive is where I want it to be. So the Iconoclast is super helpful there because I just plug into the system and I can have the tone as if I were blaring or cranking it like 5 or 6 on a super reverb, but then I'm not shaking the walls. So with playing live, I think the Iconoclast shines in 2 or 3 different ways, where you have no stage volume, so you can get the tone exactly how you want it without having to balance, house volume and stage volume. And you're just going straight into the PA, so you're not dealing with odd backline or a funky cable or anything like that. Or worse yet, strange power, because everything's happening just right in the box, which is super useful.